Hello again. Today we have a special treat. Old Milwaukee. This is, as you can see right here, it was for America's best tasting beer. And they even put it in there twice, just in case you don't believe it. America's best tasting beer. And so, that's quite a claim. As you can see, this is also from the Joseph Schlitz Brewing Company. As you probably know, this Joseph Schlitz Company no longer exists. And so it is not from Schlitz. It is, the Schlitz name is owned by the Pabst Company. And so this is from Pabst. It was originally from Schlitz, which, as many of you probably know, was at one point the biggest brewery in the country, but died for a multitude of reasons. Old Milwaukee was Schlitz's cheap beer. So this was their value beer. So you may ask, what purpose is it serving for Pabst, which already Blue Ribbon has one of the cheapest price points of any beer? And the answer is I don't know. I'm just assuming that Pabst bought Schlitz probably because of the brand name, and so they've just carried the beer over for people who drank those beer. Also consistent with Pabst is kind of the 70-ish, the old-fashioned kind of can, signaling that this is a hipster-friendly beer. Now, this is a special beer in a very special way. This is, at my local grocery store, the cheapest beer they have. So a 4-pack of these 16-ounce cans costs $2.89. That is ridiculously cheap. A 4-pack of Pabst, Miller High Life, or MGD, or not Miller, MGD, or Bush, which would be the, or Natty Light, which would be the kind of the competitors at this price, are for $3 for the 16-ounce cans. And so while that's not by much, that does make it the cheapest beer that I can get. So, while it may not be, I assure you, America's best tasting beer, it is certainly, at least in my neck of the woods, is America's cheapest beer. So what does it taste like, you're probably wondering? Let me just start out by prefacing this by saying Miller High Life is worth the 11 cents. Clearly an adjunct. Carbonated, very slightly bitter. Taste hits you, rapidly kind of fades away into kind of this stale kind of aftertaste is not very pleasant. The initial burst of this drink is a dull bitter with a stale aftertaste. This is not a very good beer. This is not a good beer. Let's just put it that way. I really think the Miller High Life is worth the extra 11 cents. I have a hard time fathoming why you would get this beer. It just, the flavors are so indistinct except for this kind of stale, kind of yucky flavor that's there. I mean, it's not undrinkable, as you can see. I am drinking it. But the kind of, because the interesting thing is when I first put it in my mouth, it's not that bad, but it's like on the kind of the bottom part of the mouth. So it's like on the tongue, this doesn't taste that bad, but on the top of the mouth, it tastes really bad. I don't know why that is with the different kinds of taste buds, but that's really kind of the sensation I get. Is on the tongue, you get kind of what you would taste with Bud or Miller. But then on the top, there's this other flavor coming through that's just not that good, not that pleasant. It is the cheapest beer on the market, though. If you haven't tried it, it's drinkable. It's hard to imagine this will become regular rotation, although as you drink it, it gets a little, as the alcohol starts building up, it's getting a little bit, that aftertaste is leaving a bit. This was a very important beer for Schlitz, as it was really hugely successful. But I don't know what the kind of bargain beer, kind of market was like at the time. I don't recommend, unless again you really are trying to squeeze every penny out of your beer. This just not one of the best adjuncts. And I'll have to try Pabst sometime again to kind of give you a review of that. But my imagination is that Pabst for $11 is going to be a lot better than this too. Who knows about the competitors? Milwaukee's best for Miller, which I guess is Milwaukee's kind of natural competitor. Anyway, there you have it. That is Milwaukee. I've had better. I probably had worse, but that was not pleasant. I mean, at least not one of the best beers I've had. Again, I'll try to come back with Pabst sometime so we can kind of compare. But that is all for now.